I started preparing the sketch for the demo so you could do it, but how to prepare the sketch? Okay, first of all, I took the picture and I cropped it to the dimensions I wanted. It's basically a 9 by 16. And I see that my paper is not that dimension. So I need to adjust the paper. And the quickest way to do that is with a piece of masking tape or any other removable tape. So I estimate the proportions and I'm checking the height versus the width. That looks about right in comparison to what's happening here. Then I find a horizon line. My horizon line, of course, is right about here. If we could see the ocean beyond, nope, it's a little higher. I see the ocean right there. So the horizon line is right about here. So I kind of sketched that. I sketched it in a little too fast, but let's kind of sketch that in there. The horizon line goes in behind. Then I start looking for the large shapes. I have this shape in the foreground that I just want it to be just an interesting shape. And I'm going to make this a little darker than I would on my painting so that you can see it. So that's just kind of that shape. And I can foof that because that is not where my center of interest is. It'll be more in this area. So looking at my horizon, I start seeing the shoreline here. It fades out, but I try to imagine exactly where it's going along here. So it comes out, goes out a little further, comes a little closer here. See how it kind of comes down. I'm going to keep it a little horizontal because water always finds its own level. And then back up here. And I'm going to exaggerate what I see a little bit to make a more interesting shape. I check my shapes. So far, they're all interesting shapes. And I've adjusted from the photograph. I'm not copying the photograph. I'm creating a painting inspired by the photograph. Now let's do this top of the shoreline here. And this doesn't have to be exact. It's not a person's face. Nice little bump there. Again, often I can freehand this, but for you, it's just nice to have it. And you can see where the land kind of falls off here, indicate that. And then behind it, it continues up to that house area and the lighthouse. A little ledge out here, drop that off. I've backed it up. It's rather close to the edge of the photo here, so I backed it up a little bit in my painting, again, to make the design better than what we started with. I can't change and move these rocks around, but I can change this. Now let's indicate kind of where the houses are going to be. There's one right here. It's a little shed out on that island. Just a little indication. We don't have to get into details here at all. Little height here. Estimate the width of the house to the height of the house, just about a square. But I'm going to make it a little taller again to make it a little more interesting. The roof, this part of the roof is coming straight at us, and up here there's a gable that is facing us. So that's basically the shape of the house. Again, not a lot of details. I can barely see the windows. I'm not going to put those in. This lighthouse has a connector. When it was really stormy, the lighthouse keeper would walk out and he had a little corridor to walk along. Now, this side of the lighthouse, just straight line, basically vertical but slightly tilting in. So here's vertical and then slightly tilting in. A little higher than the house. We notice that the catwalk up here is higher than the roof. Okay, so we want that up about there. And because it's above us, it's going to have a slight curve up. And check the width. Just kind of indicate it in there. I don't have to worry about the cupola so much. That's the little hat on the lighthouse because that's going to be just dark paint. There's also, looks like a chimney. It's right above that peak. Notice how that chimney is right above the peak. I'm going to offset it just for, again, interest. There is another little shed here, but we can barely see that. I'm going to leave that out. And I have the sun over in this area very lightly drawn because I don't want it to show up in my painting too much, and I can lift it. So I hold my pencil this way because it doesn't leave a darker mark, but we can see where it is. Then later, if we want to put in some of these telephone poles, we can move those. Try to decide where this strong one would be that's a good point of interest. So would it be here or here, closer here? I kind of like it over this way even more, kind of grouping it with the houses and the man-made things as opposed to the organic objects. So I'm going to put it in there, right about there. I'm going to get a quick straight edge, just the side of my brush. What did I decide? There it was, okay. And it comes up to about the height of the roof. Put that in there. And then we could put some others as they go into the distance on the island. Nope, those are too equidistant apart, so I'm gonna group those a little tighter. There, something like that. This can be a little higher, a little crossbar. That's just going to be indicated because we want the interest there. This is now the simple line design upon which we will do our painting.